Hey guys, it's me, Kiana, and welcome to my channel. As you can see from the title of this video, we are going to be doing my least favorites of 2019. I actually only have 4 books that I hated, I DNF'd, I read, and I did not like on this list. But it's a surprise that out of these 4 books, I gave all of them away because of how much I hated them. So yeah, this isn't gonna be as long as my favorite reads of 2019. It's gonna be really short, but still, let's jump in and I'll explain all the reasons why I did not like them because there's not that many books on him. So the first book that I did not like of 2019 was The One by Kira Cass. This is book 3 in the Selection Trilogy, and one of my goals for 2019 was to reread a lot of trilogies that I either began and didn't finish, I haven't read in a certain amount of years, and all of that. I love the first book. I love the concept of, you are ranked by what your profession is, and I did enjoy that, but after so long of her going, I should be with the prince, I should be with the guard, I should be with the prince, I should be with the guard, it got really annoying. I couldn't take it anymore, and I said I was done with this series. I said I was done with this world. I know Kira Cass is coming out with another book, and I so desperately want to pre-order it because I love her writing. I love the worlds that she creates because she goes so into depth with them that she even makes a history of the world. Like a far history. Like, not like, oh, just like the basic information. No, she goes in depth, which I absolutely love. But because of how much I hated The One, I'm very scared to pick up her next book. So the second book I also ended up DNFing it was The Last Life of Prince Aleister by Alexander McBracken. And I did a reading blog for this, so I'm going to link the reading blog up on one of the corners, because I explained then too why I DNF'd it. I loved the first book. I love the first book about Prosper Redding. I love the concept of it. I loved how Halloween-y it was. I loved how middle grade it was. But with this book, it was something about the beginning. My rule is, if I cannot get into the book within 150 pages, I am DNFing it, because I see no point of me forcing myself to read a book and then I end up hating it 10 times more. I couldn't even get 150 pages in. I got maybe 120, 130, and it was just so slow. So in the first book, we are introduced to Prosper Redding, who comes from this very wealthy family. But what he learns is that his great whatever grandfather made a deal basically with a demon, that if you help my family get rich and famous, while the one family who is rich and famous, you make their downfall, I will give basically my soul for you in this amount of years. The demon agreed, but the thing is, Prosper's great whatever grandfather died before the deal was done. So every time twins are born into the family, they do a ritual. Every time like a child hits 13, they do a ritual where they bring them down to the basement and they open this book. If they can read that book, that basically means that the demon is inside of that person, and they need to cut every limb of your body so that the demon doesn't get control. Prosper ends up being able to see it while his twin sister can't. And because of that, now he has a demon inside of him known as Prince Aleister. So that's the first book. The second book is Aleister is still inside of Prosper, but now one of Aleister's sisters ended up coming to the human world and kidnapped Prosper's twin sister, and now they have to go into basically hell to get their sister back. But I enjoyed more Prosper's chapters than I did Aleister's, and I feel like because this book was majority Aleister, that was the reason also I didn't enjoy it. But I couldn't, and I DNF'd it, and I'm really sad because I did enjoy, her writing in the first book. The third book I hated in 2019 was Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me by Mariko Tamiki. This was a graphic novel I bought. I was very excited to read it because I looked at the art. The art was very enjoyable. And we follow this girl named Freddie. She's gay. This book is LGBTQ Plus, which I absolutely adored, and she has a girlfriend named Laura Dean. Laura Dean is an asshole. Laura Dean keeps breaking up with Freddie for the littlest stuff. Like, you won't come to the party with me, you won't drink with me, you won't do, like, certain stuff with me. And it bothered me a lot. So that was one reason why I hated it. Another reason was Freddie basically made her life about Laura Dean. If Laura Dean broke up with her, she would go get drunk, she would ignore all her friends, and all of that. Laura Dean had a friend, Freddie had a friend in this book, I forgot what her name was, that she was going through it, that she ended up getting pregnant by this older man, and she wanted to have an abortion, and she just wanted to speak to Freddie about it, but Freddie kept ignoring her. And that's also another reason why I hated it. The art style is very, very good, but the concept and the story of the book, I hated. So, like, I gave that, I believe, a 2 out of 5 stars. So Laura Dean and the next book are the only books out of these 4 that I ended up rating. And the 4th book goes to The Crown of Crosswalled by D.E. Knight. I was actually sent this book by the publisher in exchange for an honest and free review. I'll leave my book review up on the eye, which also explains why I did not enjoy this. It is basically a Harry Potter ripoff. There, I said it. We follow a girl named Ivy Lovely, and she was abandoned on the side of the road when she was born, and she grew up as a Scrogen maid, basically making all the Scrogen cakes, making with the playing with the dragons, making sure they did what they had to do. And then on the eve of her 16th birthday, she's basically run out into the part where your magic can explore, and she finds out that she has magic, that she can go to the magic school. That's much like Harry Potter. It's based off the years. A lot of the professors are like the professors from Harry Potter world. And it took too long, first of all, for me to get into the story. The middle was rushed, and then the ending was rushed. The book's only like 300 and something pages. It could have been a 400-page book that she could expand it more, go more into her backstory. Maybe it wasn't as much as Harry Potter. I know she has a second and a third book out. Well, a second book out, and the third book's coming out very soon. I do want to try to read the second book soon. Maybe it's better than the first book. But yeah, I gave that, I think, a 2-star as well. But yeah, so those were the 4 books I did not like at all. I hated them. Basically, I hated them. In 2019, I'm surprised it's actually that much, because it takes a lot for me to hate a book. But yeah, I'll be leaving here 2 videos. Honestly, feel you guys should go check out. I try my hardest now to post 2 to 3 times a week, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon with another video. Bye, guys.